You have waited. You have watched. And now, your patience shall be rewarded. Death of Hope, Trailer 2, by Mark Sparks.
You say you can picture it. I don't believe you. The heavens rained fire, and with it delivered to us the 13th. Warrior kings of Ultramar, slaughtering innocents. All that remains is but ash. False angels. As the seas boiled and the earth burned, my faith didn't die. It is the moment I began to believe. God was real. And he hated us.
Amidst the system-wide warp storms, you've managed to reach us. The status of your flotilla will be sent to our tech priests. If I may ask, the damages to your flotilla, what was it you fought?
They razed Monarchia to the ground. Humbled our legion. We are here to return the favor. God's light flickers in the darkness. The realm of the 500 shall burn. Horus is rising. So it begins.
You have waited. You have watched. Has your patience not been rewarded? Mine has. My patience has so been rewarded. This was amazing. So absolutely amazing. I mean, wow. Now, for everyone watching this, please read this one single line. Everything on screen is done by a single person. Mark Sparks is animating this by himself. He's not being paid to do this. He's doing this his own salary, on his own money, on his own time. He's doing this all on his own. That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I have never seen this pure level of awesomeness achieved by one person anywhere. Well, unless you want to go broad spectrum and include written works, then I would definitely include Dan Abnett. And Arendelft Bowden. I mean, the first Heretic was amazing. And speaking of the first Heretic, I just gotta listen to this line one more time. No, didn't go back far enough. Okay.
Remains split ash. False angels.
One more time. Okay. Now, that definitely sounds like Gilliman. Sounds like Gilliman's name is being called. And I would be willing to bet 10 to 1. That's when Lorgar was calling out Gilliman's name in the ashes of Monarchia. I would highly recommend to all and everyone, read The First Heretic. It provides a lot of backstory to this trailer. It really, really does. If you haven't read The First Heretic, spoiler alert, right here, right now. You've been warned. But this line, the line that you hear this woman speaking, is directly from The First Heretic. I forget her name offhand, but it was a woman who watched Monarchia die. And she was there when the false angels came. Notice how they're trembling. All these Astartes, they're trembling as this scene takes place.
As the seas boiled and the earth burned.
This is not an accident. I don't remotely believe Mark Sparks did this on accident. I believe this is a replay of the scene where the word bearers were forced to kneel by the Emperor in a mockery of what they normally did to honor Lorgar at compliance upon worlds. And I'll have to reread The First Heretic. I've only read it once. I'm busy reading another book in the Horus Heresy currently, so I'll have to go back to this one. But yes, they were forced to kneel by the sheer psychic might of the Emperor, and it forced them to their knees. into the ashes of Monarchia. Forced them to kneel there. On a world that had worshipped the Emperor and been forced and, well, had essentially been forced into another compliance, a second compliance, instead of this time by the word bearers who came, preached of the Emperor, converted the world into believing he was a god. Then they left, and this time the Ultramarines came, humbled the world, destroyed Monarchia, turned it to ash, turned it into this ruin. I believe this is a small snippet from that scene, which, dare I say, gives a lot of backstory to the absolute horrors that drove the word bearers to what they did, to what they became. I don't justify what they did, but I sure as frag understand their hatred for the Ultramarines, who, dare I say, were merely used as lapdogs by the Emperor, forced into doing this horrible thing. Well, long story short, yeah, read The First Heretic. Great book by Arendelft Bowden. Oh, so good. That is a legendary novel. And this scene really hits me right in the feels. Along with that woman, that line. But it explains, you know, the word bearer's hatred for the Ultramarines.
Here to return the favor.
Now, I have to tell y'all something. If you read No Fear by Dan Abnett, and spoiler alert for No Fear by Dan Abnett, the Ultramarines, when first confronted by the treachery of the word bearers, several of them did manage to draw weapons, and they couldn't fire them. They drew weapons, but there is I forget what the Ultramarine captain's name was, but he drew his bolter. After having his normal bolter hand blown off by the oncoming word bearers, he drew his bolter with his offhand. But once he had it drawn, even as he stared at the word bearers gunning down his Astartes, he didn't know what to do with his bolter. He could not believe what he was seeing. And that will explain a little bit of this scene to you. If you don't understand why the Ultramarines are, like, allowing themselves to be surrounded and have weapons pointed at them without reacting. This just doesn't compute with them.
Kinsman, what have you done?
I mean, if you don't understand the mentality, you would be like, why isn't this Ultramarine reacting? He's got a plasma pistol pointed at his face as it's charging up. Or it could be already fully charged. I don't know. I could replay the scene a few times to tell. But anyway, you'd think that he would just react. But at this point, they were brothers, kinsmen. I mean, maybe not brothers, but at least cousins. So this was beyond belief to them. They understood that something was wrong. The word bearers were obviously being aggressive and surrounding them here. And then, of course, pointing their weapons at them. But otherwise, they didn't see this coming.
Paul's life flickers in the darkness.
But yeah, that's just to give you a little bit of a backstory on this. One thing that I don't understand right offhand is who this guy is. I have no idea who this is. He's obviously a member of the Mechanicus, but offhand, I don't know who he is. In any case, though, that pretty much sums up my review and my thoughts on this. Of course, I have a lot more, but I could go on and on and on and yammer for a blooming age. But those are my main thoughts that I have right after watching this. In any case, I'm going to post a link down to this video down in the description below if you would like to go and please support Mark Sparks as you watch this. Believe me, your feedback, your thoughts, and everything, he himself has said that is the biggest support you can give him. So if you want to see this, like more of this, go to his video, comment, like, subscribe, freak out, tell him how awesome it was, whole 9 yards. And just remember, he's doing this pretty much by himself. Yeah, he's, I believe he does have support in certain areas. I think he has someone helping him with audio, and obviously he had someone doing What's Her Bucket's voice. I wish I could remember her voice. It's going to bug me that I can't. But in any case, yeah, obviously he has help in certain areas, but when it comes to graphics, he is doing this by himself. In any case, if you liked my review of this video, please give it a like. If you didn't, please let me know why. And if you are new to this channel and genuinely enjoy this kind of content, please consider subscribing. In any case, don't get into too much trouble or do. It is always up to you.